What event for the charity stream was the most fun for you? Oh man, there were so many good ones. I really liked... So the first segment was really good. That was the Imp and Skiz podcast, or the Imp and Skiz Shockcast, as I like to say. Where Imp and Skiz were asked some questions, and then myself, False, Gem, Ren, Joe... I think that's all of everybody? And Pearl. Pearl was also, I think, in that. But we got to choose whoever had the best answer. That was a lot of fun because I was not getting shocked. So that was pretty fun. Impulse was amazing in that. I don't know how he has such a resistance to being shocked, but yeah, he had a pretty impressive tolerance for shock. Because basically, I don't know if you guys saw this, or if anybody's talked about it, but Green was like upping the shock level on the I don't know what do you call them, like the shock collars, I guess. Green was upping the level for Impulse to like 3-4 levels above what Skiz was taking, and Impulse still was not reacting to it. It was insane. It was incredible. It was incredible. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let's see. Then we had, what did we have the first day? Man, TCG Live. TCG Live might have been my favorite segment. Just because we were running a little bit behind at that point, and basically we had a Q&A too. That Q&A was fun with Ren. But the TCG Live with Pearl and Ren, that was probably the most fun playing TCG I've had, because people could like donate and they'd give us like additional cards, and it got to the point where the cards were coming in so fast that we like Ren and I couldn't keep up. And so whenever something like that happens, I usually get I'm usually just sort of calmer, but Ren is like the exact opposite. Ren gets more hyped up. So I feel like that was a really funny dynamic between myself and Ren when we were playing TCG Live for like the championship match, quote unquote. So yeah, Ren was getting super flustered, and I was just like, just chill, man, it's all good. And then Ren was like, but guys, I need a card. Why do you keep giving me these bad cards? And I was just like, guys, if you could just give me some cards, it would be really appreciated. So like we had this great dynamic back and forth that I thought personally was really funny and entertaining, but yeah, that was a highlight for me for sure. The TCG Live. I wish we had a little bit more time, but I think it went really well, and it was really like fast paced. That was probably the most fast paced TCG game ever played, to be honest with you. Yeah. Because we had a couple decks. I think Pearl brought her cards, Joe brought some cards, Ren brought a ton of cards. Yeah, it could have been really nice if we had a little bit of a longer time with TCG Live. What's up, Joe? Joe Raiders. Hello, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Come over from Joe Hills. Feel free to use your Cup Jost emotes if you're subscribed to the channel, by the way. Welcome, Joe Raiders. We're talking about TCG Live right now, which Joe kindly hosted. He put it on and did a phenomenal job of hosting and giving out cards and all that good stuff. So, yeah, that was fun. Your constantly cool and unflappable attitude is so much, especially when contrasted with someone giving higher energy responses. Yeah. I think that dynamic that me and Ren had was awesome. Yeah, I think that was great. Yeah, that was really cool. There were so many cards. At one point, we had like more cards than like in a traditional deck. I think like that's how much people gave to the stream during the segment. So that was awesome to see. So that was maybe my favorite segment, the TCG Live segment, just because it was so out of control and chaotic. Plus, we had like the top-down camera and the side view, and the production crew, I thought, did a really good job of capturing all the action despite how quick and chaotic it was. So, yeah, shout out to the production guys for that. So that was great. I also enjoyed Permit Master. Green put that one on. That was a lot of fun. We did a lot of crazy stuff in that one, which I'm not gonna lie. Like every time he was like, "Do this thing," but then do it live in real life, I was like, "Oh man, no way!" There were so many crazy ones with the carrot. Like the carrot came out of left field. never did I ever think I would have to do something like that with the carrot. So that was great. Mystery Hermit was fun. I was backstage during Mystery Hermit with Tango when he was doing his, and it was great just to like just to hear people like speculate and guess, and like the things people picked up on were just crazy. Like I think I want to say it was Scar who picked up on a couple subtle movements that Tango did. When I like shook my head like this, Jem picked it up that it was me somehow. Within like 5 seconds of me taking control of the computer. So I was really impressed with the knowledge of the Hermits. Just via the I think it was Pearl Gem and Scar. I was really impressed with that segment, and I thought it was super fun. I'd like to do something like that again, potentially. So that was a great segment. The Hot Ones was fun, again, because you got to see some people going through some things. And, yeah, that was a good time. So I really liked all the segments, but my favorites were probably TCG Live and probably Mystery Hermit, honestly. Easier than I thought it would be to guess the Hermits, right? It really was pretty easy for a lot of folks. I think this will work. Let me just pull this up. Alright, so here's some picks. Behind the scenes picks. Let me get my webcam. Get my webcam in there. I don't know if I can or not. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at. Alright, so webcam. Actually, I can probably move this up maybe for now. Let's see. There. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Okay, so some behind the scenes picks from the Hermitcraft charity live stream. And also around Seattle area. I'm not going to show any of the house pictures and stuff, just because those are sort of private. So yeah, so this was so we got there like on Friday to like Moyang HQ area, and we did like a bunch of setup. I think this is Grian behind like the main desk setup that Scar was sat at for most of the time. Let's see. Then we have yeah, just a nice pic of Skiz and Joe. And some of the other Hermits in the background there. This was, I think, on Saturday before we went live. We were just all preparing. You see Pearl and Ren and False are all looking at their phones. They're looking at the Twitch chat to make sure their streams are up and everything. It was pretty cool. We got there pretty early on Saturday and started to set up. This was, I think, on Friday as well. People just conversing. Tango has apparently told ZF and Skiz something very dramatic and shocking, it looks like. Then we got Ren and Gem and False in the foreground, sort of speaking amongst themselves. But you can see, like, the studio, the whole thing is, like, Minecraft themed, right? Like, the lights are, like, the clouds in Minecraft. Yeah, you got, like, your trees in the background there. The floor even has, like, the blocky shapes and stuff. So, yeah, it's really, really cool. Yeah, there's a pig in a minecart over there. Pig in a minecart. Oh, right. We have the... One second. The thing. The train whistle. Let's just calm the train whistle down there a little bit. There we go. So, yeah, that's that. Then if we go on, we got Grian here. Grian just checking some stuff. Working hard. This was on Sunday before the interview with the Minecraft movie director, Jared Hess. You can see the little chicken jockey. I don't know if this guy was actually in frame. But, yeah, you can see sort of the background of the studio. And there's also, like, some llamas. There's, like, a little iron golem over there. Some lava coming out the back. It's really cool, like, space to be in. There's a little parrot up there, or a little Captain Jack bird up there. So, yeah. Kind of a cool thing. But, yeah, the whole studio was basically decorated in this fashion. Like, they had themed rooms. Like, this was, like, an overworld theme. They had a nether theme. I didn't see it, but I think they had an end-themed one, and they each had, like, rooms like the Nether, or the Overworld, or the Woodland Mansion, or the Dungeon Room, you know? So, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Here's a nice pic of me and False. This was, I think, on Saturday at Moyang. Just chilling, just hanging out. So, yeah, great pic of... Great, it was awesome to meet False. Lovely person. Then we got Green and Gem. This was just before Permit Master. This is a great photo, I think. This was a real candid shot. I went up, took the photo real quick, and was like, all right, guys, here we go. Quick photo. Boom. Took it. So yeah, there's Jem and Grian. Then we got Joe. Hang on. You gotta see Joe's face in this. Check this out. Hey! So this is just another view of the main setup. I think this is Pearl and Scar here. Just setting some stuff up. So, yeah, there you go. That's kind of a cool photo of Joe. So, yeah, Joe had a great time there. This was during the... this was during the first segment. This was a pic from... the Imp and Skids podcast, where we basically judged via these paddles. Oh, Jimmy was also on this, I guess. Yeah, and Tango. So we basically had an Impulse, paddle, or a Skids paddle. Like, one side was the Imp side, and one side was the Skids side. And whoever we picked, they got shocked. So, the shock cast, yeah. It was pretty good. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And, yeah, Green did a good job of shocking people there. So that was really fun. Let's see. Then we have the Permit Office. This is the Permit Office in real life, reunited, with the Hermit permits, actually. So these pieces of paper we're holding are actual permits that we had made. And we all signed them, and some of the Hermits also signed them as witnesses. And they were an auction item, which, yeah, was very cool to see. Really great, to be around all those guys. Skiz also had the shades on, which was awesome. So, yeah, very cool to see, like, the actual permits, like, in person, in real life. And they were like big scroll type things you could open up, and it had all the official lettering, and there was a big official stamp, and there was even like a wax seal that like was sort of connected on the twine of it, and the ends of it were like real wood. It was really a nice auction item. So that was great to see as well. And awesome to reunite with these guys in real life. So yeah, that was so cool. Then we got Rockstar Joe and Rockstar Ren. Don't know if you guys have ever seen this pic, but these guys were like incognito mode, avoiding the paparazzi. Just thought it was a good pic of Ren and Joe here. Kind of a cool image. These guys are ready to roll. I think this was after the first day, leaving the studio. So, yeah, those guys look like rock stars there. Then we have a nice pic of Ren. So we have Karn, Pearl's partner. We have Pearl. We have False, and then we have Ren. So yeah, there you go. Nice pic of those folks. Let's see. We got them. This is the signing of the permits. So there's me and Grian holding some permits, and then Jimmy looking at me like, what is this? What are the permits? Jimmy was a little confused about the permits, because like it was we tried to explain it was like a thing in the game, and now it's in real life, and he was like, what is that even? How does that even work? So yeah, they are absolutely awesome auction items, and yeah, they worked really well. So yeah, that was us signing the permits. We got a nice pic of Pearl and Tango. Pearl and Tango beating up. Pretty cool pic. Let's see. Then we got Pearl and Jem. Chilling. Right. And then we visited the Space Needle. So, yeah, this was obviously close to Seattle, where Microsoft headquarters, Mojang headquarters are, in the U.S. So, yeah, Space Needle. We went up to the top of the Space Needle. Here's the view out. Gorgeous view. We had absolutely brilliant weather, like from Monday to Thursday, actually to Friday, was just like brilliant weather in Seattle, which like never happens, I'm told. So yeah, it was like 65 degrees and sunny every single day, all day, which was awesome. Yeah, there's a bonus finger in the lower right. Yeah, bonus finger in the lower right. But yeah, great view at the Space Needle. This was me at the Space Needle. You can see you're actually looking down onto the base of the Space Needle itself, which is kind of surreal. Like, you don't really experience like looking down at the base of the building from the like higher up in the building. It's kind of a cool experience, and the whole platform like rotates underneath of you, which is pretty cool. And it's just glass, so like some people are kind of hesitant to step out and trust the glass. We saw a couple little kids at the Space Needle, sort of like hesitant to like even trust the glass, because like, you know, they're still, you know, like, this is a height. If I go out on this, I might fall, you know, that type of thing. And it is kind of unsettling, you know. You gotta trust that the engineers know what they're doing out there, you know. But yeah, this was me sitting on the ground on the glass on that. There is a netting, a thin netting underneath in case the glass does break, but yeah, I don't think that really has happened probably ever. Hey, there's me and Pearl. Let's go. So this was on the Space Needle, overlooking downtown Seattle. And yeah, just a great pic of me and Pearl. So yeah, we had a great time up there. Slowly rotating around, seeing the views. You can look. It also like overlooks Puget Sound, downtown Seattle. You can see like out to Mount Rainier. You can see like some of the Cascade Range, almost all the way to like Olympic National Forest or Olympian National Forest. So yeah, great pic of me and Pearl there. Here's a pic. Let me reduce the webcam. Here's a pic of Impulse on the left, then Pearl, then me, then False. Right there. Again, on top of the Space Needle. So yeah, great pic there. Had a great time up there with those folks. Pretty fun time. Pretty fun time. Let's see. Then we got... There's me and False. Me and False, again, on top of the Space Needle. Just chilling. Just having a good time. And yeah, we would like look... You'd like look down over the... Like out through the glass. And like see underneath of you. And you're like, oh, we were just down there. And you could see like all the rooftops and stuff. It was super cool. It was super cool. So yeah, there's that. Here's like just a pic of the walkway. You can see how it sort of like angles. Sort of like angles down on the side here. So you can like almost like press up against the glass and lean down and see like straight down. It was kind of cool. Kind of a cool thing. So yeah, that was that. I think there's, yeah, Green, Pearl, False. There's Zed. Zed's there. I think, is that Impulse like right in front of me? I think Impulse was there. Skiz was there. Tango was there. So yeah, a few of us came up to the Space Needle. I think a few others went to the Moo Pop Museum first, I want to say. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Here's a pic of Gem, Green, Pearl, and False. Just again chilling. They're actually yeah, just having a good time up at the Space Needle and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Right, then we went to the Mopop Museum. Mopop Museum. So it's basically like a museum of pop culture. And the first thing we saw when we walked in, this Ender Dragon. This Ender Dragon. This was like literally the first thing you see when you go into the door. So I was like, wow, we just came from Mojang. Now they got the Ender Dragon up and everything. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Nightmare Sheep says, did any fans find you there? Yeah, we had a couple people recognize us. There was a really awesome moment when we were, I think, coming out of... We were getting ready to leave the Space Needle area. Where I think Green and Gem were walking. And somebody just goes, oh my god, it's you! Like really loud like that. And then she was like, she wasn't sure. She was like, is it you? Is it you? And then me, ZF, Tango, Impulse, Pearl, False, all the other Hermits come around the corner, and we hear, ah! And they're like, it is you guys! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! And like this fan was like freaking out, so we took a photo with them. There was another fan that, yeah, also recognized us. We took a photo with them. So we had a couple people recognize us in the... around the Space Needle area, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a cute moment. So yeah, in the Mopop Museum, obviously they had some really cool stuff. They had like Darth Vader's like suit, his like breathing apparatus suit that he wore in the movie. They had like Jimi Hendrix's guitar. They had like the sword of Aragon from Lord of the Rings. They had this Death Star, which I think was the model used in one of the movies, one of the original trilogy Star Wars movies. So that was really cool. They had the alien, like costume from Alien that was used in the movie. Just some really, really awesome stuff. A lot of great musical stuff too. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. And then back to the start. I do have. Let me bring up. Hold on. Let's get a good photo here of. Let's do. Where's like a good. I need like a wide photo. Let's do. No. Okay, so yeah, those are all the photos there. Let's just do this one, I guess. I have some videos here I can show you. Let me just undo this. Alright, so this video is in Mojang HQ. You might have to turn your head to see it because I messed it up. So this was the Friday we were just leaving Mojang HQ. So that was false right there. There's Joe. We got, let's see, it's Impulse right there. Just ready to go, just leaving. So you can see how it's like laid out. This was actually between the computer room, which you'll see, and Scar's main area. There's Gem. We're just heading out for the day. Yeah, you can see it a little better right here. But they have like a little cafeteria type area. This was, I believe, on Friday. So we got Joe and Pearl there. There's Dot. Got some of the crew setting things up. There's Scar's dad. Anthony was there as well. Yeah, Anthony was amazing. And this was the Hermitcraft computer that was made specifically for this event. It was an auction item. Had like a nether portal like framed window. There's Green and Scar setting up the wheel for the milestones. Here's like the setup. Scar's setup from behind right here. So we got everything, you know, he had like a whole view of like everyone's perspective. You see this door? It's like a nether portal door, which was kind of awesome. And you can see like the trees and the ground and stuff. There's like a whole bunch of like blocks and stuff. And then this is where we kept all the auction items. There's Gem. I think I said Gem say hi. There you go. So Gem was getting some auction items ready and stuff in there. That was super cool. Then I think we have a video. Okay, this is the Mopop Museum. And again, this is just like, this is after the event. This was where they have like the Terminator. This is the Terminator prop from the movie. Kind of cool. And they had a whole bunch of stuff from like Star Trek, Star Wars, any sort of fantasy thing. They had a lot of Harry Potter stuff. A lot of horror stuff. There's Zed in the foreground there. Star Trek items as well. And then this is back inside Mojang. So this is me filming Cleo. Again, you might have to turn your head on this one. But there's Cleo, Robo Cleo, roving around. There's Joe with his green shirt on. And this just sort of gives you like an overview of like the room. So yeah, we each had like our own individual station with a dual monitor setup. Pretty nice computers. There's Jimmy. There's False. There's Impulse. And then we had Skiz and Grian down here, I believe. Yep. There's Skiz and Grian. We had the production crew over there. Then ZF had his station here. Yeah, those guys were talking with Cleo a bit. We had Tango at his setup. Then it was me. Then it was Joe. Joe with his dual setup. And Joe had a whole wardrobe of stuff. And then we had like Pearl, Ren, Martyn, and Gem down that line right there. So that's basically how it was set up right there. So yeah, it was an awesome time, like I said. Great memories. Awesome meeting so many awesome people. I can see a couple more of the photos here. But yeah, those are just a couple of photos. We also did go to, like I said, a hermit house later, but I'm not going to show those photos. Those are a little bit more personal photos. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. Joe did also have like an entire second. Joe had so many clothes and like costumes and stuff that he was able to do a costume change mid-stream at one point, which was amazing. He brought an entire suitcase full of extra clothes, which was awesome. Well, yeah, it was great. It was great. And the house we stayed at was great. Like I said, it was right on the lake. Super cold water, by the way. But I was able to partake and jump in. I think Impulse said he later checked the water temperature of the lake we stayed at, and it was like 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is just like 10 degrees Fahrenheit above freezing. Because you gotta remember, it is still April, so the lake water has not really warmed up at all, pretty much. So it was pretty chilly, but it was refreshing. It was refreshing. Apparently Joe brought a thing to shave his beard just in case. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, we were kind of in close proximity to each other in the computer room. So it was tough to like, at some points there was a lot of people talking at one time, and it was tough to like, even though you had like headphones similar to these that like sort of block the sound, still kind of tough to like speak properly. It was fun hearing him on your stream. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna put up. I think I'm gonna put up the entirety of the stream on the second channel if you're interested. Cub 2. Because yeah, it was a lot of fun putting that on, but it was also a lot of work. We put a lot of months of planning into it, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so cold. Yes, it was, Martyn. Holy smokes, it was very cold, very cold. But I gotta say though, guys, Martyn, he handles the cold quite well. He was out there swimming around, swim out to the kayaks and the paddle boards at the house. It's pretty amazing. It's actually pretty amazing.
Cub, what's happening, babe? What's happening?
What's up, Ren?
What's up, bro? What's up?
How you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm doing very well. My fellow roommate. How's it going?
Yeah. So chat.
Everybody out there.
Ren and I were actually.
We shared a room together. And it was awesome. Cub is like the most awesome roommate ever. He's so chill and quiet and like very like aware of like not making noise and being like really a really great like roommate. Dude, it was so awesome like chilling with you.
Currently I don't snore, so that's good to know. Ren, you don't either, so that's good to know.
Oh, I don't? It's a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
Dude, it'd be torture if somebody shared a room with me. I'd be beeping the whole night. You thought the beeping was crazy at the event? All the chat, like, Scar's beeping. No, there's two separate beeps going on. Just completely oblivious to it. Just completely.
Scar, what does the beeping? What does the beeping?
Oh, everything does the beeping. So many things. So many different beeps, Brad. Different tunes, chimes, different severities of alarm.
Yeah.
The one alarm that went off, it told Grian that I wasn't breathing. And the
Scar,
bus, it's like, breathing not detected.
What? Whoa, dude, that one's a scary one.
Scar, I got a question for you.
That's not a good one.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
At the Mopop Museum, we saw the Death Star. Was that one of the models used in the movie?
All that stuff is screen used.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
We thought it was, but we weren't sure.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Did you see the hopefully it's still there, the 2001 Space Odyssey ship like hanging from the ceiling, Luke and Darth Vader's lightsabers.
Yep, we saw the Darth Vader suit. Yep, we saw that.
If chat corrects me, but I'm pretty sure that was all Paul Allen's collection that he donated to the museum. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he had collected like a ton of stuff because I think he was like one of the biggest benefactors of that museum.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. By the way, Scar, it was so sweet meeting you, dude. Oh my goodness.
Like, it was so nice to finally meet you, Ren. And plus, my dad like loved you. He just talked about how Ren, Cub,
dude,
like he loves talking to you. You too. He loves talking to Cub and Ren. Like he's always talks you guys up.
I had no idea that you two.
So cool,
that you two had never met, because like I had met both of you guys individually, but I never knew that you guys hadn't met up in real life.
No.
Wow.
We never had. We'd always dodge and weaved each other somehow.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah.
So, and bear in mind, Chan, like Scar, Cub, and I, we come from like before Hermitcraft days.
Yep.
So we've known each other longer than like we've known other hermits too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty insane. But yeah, when we first met, Scar, we just had a hug. It was so nice. It was very touching.
Yeah, that was wild. Like we're coming down, like everybody just comes flooding through the door. It's like, oh my god, look, red. And, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was very
And
overwhelming.
Jimmy, I'm like, I just told Jimmy, like, you ready to Minecraft?
Dude, the hermits descended upon you like a flock of phantoms, dude. We were like, Scar.
We did.
Red, we got an escapee.
What? Say what?
We got an
Oh, we have an escapee? Okay, is it named? Oh, it is. Okay, hold on. Get that one in.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. You
Cute.
killed it with
Good
the
spot.
guitar, like, highlight of the event.
Oof, man, I was so nervous, dude. Oh my goodness. I was so nervous because I hadn't seen like the numbers, the viewer numbers, until like I made a stupid rookie error by having a look at how many people were watching, and I was like, there are over 20,000 people watching. Okay,
It's more than
That's
that
like
because you had
playing
to count
guitar
everybody
to-
else's
yeah.
stream.
yeah, that's like
You had
playing
about
to a small
40,000
stadium
people
or
watching
something.
you, actually.
Oh, okay, thanks, Scott. Yeah, that meant
You should have been even more nervous.
I was so nervous. Oh my goodness. But there were some people in the room that started singing with me, which was really nice. I think Martyn was there. I think Pulse was there also. A couple other people. Even I think even some of the production crew started singing with me to help me out. So that was nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Dude, it was I missed that. I got called away to, I don't know, put some fire out somewhere, and I came back and you were done. I'm like, no! It was Darth Vader, no. I was like, why did I miss this? I was like, god dang it.
Scott, one of my favorite moments when Martyn and I were reenacting the King Ren's head removal, and you just came in at the perfect time to
Oh my
reenact
God.
the final moments of that.
I came around that
scene
corner
too.
and like I realized what was happening, and I just held my position, waited for this to happen, so it was proper continuity, and then took my shot right as you guys turned your backs.
How did that even come about, Ren? Did that just come about naturally, or how did that start? I guess because that wasn't like a milestone or anything, was it?
No. Like Martyn and I just decided we would reenact this thing
Oh,
that we did in one of the live series at some point.
Oh, perfect.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like one of the fans like love this moment very much, even to this day. So we were like, okay, let's reenact it. But in the actual event, Scar like also destroys Martyn as the final arc. And yeah, it would just all
And I
came
just
together.
came around that corner. You can see I'm coming up fast, right? I come around that corner because I'm going to probably to put out another fire, and I come around that corner, and I like hard stop, and I like back up a little bit. You can see my wheel.
You knew what was up, dude. It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
Cub, I gotta say, one of the things I very much enjoyed was watching you dive bomb the lake, dude. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Dive
Cub
straight
is
in
like the most insane like lake dive bomber you've ever seen, Scar.
at the Hermit house. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
a big cannonball. Did a gainer off the dock, into the lake.
Yeah, into the lake, splashed all of us that were trying to hide from the cold water, like on the dock.
that's
We were all like chilling.
Oh,
Cub's
yeah.
like, make way, cannonball.
Make way.
Yep, pretty much.
Dude, I
was so
thought it was
good.
funny when people are like, wait, why is the water so cold? It's like, dude, it was snowing like a couple weeks ago, basically, not that long ago here. So
Yep.
It was pretty chilly.
it's cold. Yeah, it's freaking cold.
Ren, did you get in? You got in once.
I got it. I got in
once?
every day,
Yeah.
and every time I got in, I thought I was gonna die. It was cold.
It was very cold. It was very cold. I think I got in each day, at least for a few minutes. And I stuck it out. I stuck it out a little bit, but after a while, like it really starts to hit you, and you're just like, okay, I need to get out.
Your body tells you, like, dude, you are actually dying. You need to get out of this water.
Yeah,
Like, this is not safe.
Chad, it was so cold that when you breathe, you would take an extra like half breath every 4 or 5 breaths.
Yeah,
That's how cold it was.
it was
Apparently-
crazy. Scott, I
apparently-
wish you could. I wish you could have seen Martyn
He was, oh man,
swimming in that lake, dude.
he was in his
used
element.
to be, and it made me think of you, Scott, because Martyn was telling me that he used to be a very like an excellent swimmer, almost to the point he was working toward like nationals, like UK nationals, when he was younger.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think he was tall enough to compete or something. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but he has the
Oh.
most amazing form, dude. You should see his backstroke. It is perfection. It's
It was
very
great.
strange seeing a Minecrafter like swim like a merman.
He also did a backflip off the dock into the lake, which was kind of awesome.
It was so awesome. It was so good.
Wait. Okay. All right. So okay. As a swimmer, I'd like to see the swimming technique. I'd like to observe the Martyn technique. So he was doing so immaculate backstroke. You say?
Yes, flawless technique.
Flawless.
So
Nice.
he was
pretty
doing the
good.
thing where like he puts his hand back and then reaches with the cup of the hand,
Yep.
turning
Oh,
the
you're
hand
doing-
so
like
to,
this.
to
Cupping it.
grab as much momentum as possible out of the water
Nice.
on the through flow. You know,
Nice.
Like
Was his
this.
head
And kicking.
was his head relatively still?
absolutely still, and the legs
Ooh.
would go and dude like propellers.
The legs were going.
I think if it were a little bit warmer, he said he was going to try and swim across the entire lake, which is like half mile.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I didn't know Martyn was a swimmer. That's cool. I gotta
So,
talk
yeah.
to Martyn about that.
Yeah.
I met one of the Xbox executives that was there. She was a swimmer, and during the time I swam in that area, so it was kind of fun talking about swimming. If only Martyn was there, we could have had the UK perspective on swimming too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But Scott, listen, your dad is such a legend. Man, I love that man. He's so cool. On at the end of day one, everybody, we were
What did
all
you
like
do?
pretty frazzled. And Scar came up to me. I was just like at my station, and Scar was like, "Ren, can you come help me with something?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. What's up?" My brain's barely working, but I'll do what I can. And Scar took me to these like boxes that were not unpacked and that were full of like the bits of the snails that we auctioned. You know, the big snails. And Scar was like, "Dude,
Some pick scar.
I need help. I'm like, I need help.
I need help to build these things."
Dude, the whole like for 2 days straight, I'm asking for like help. Like, got somebody there, but it's like, okay, I'll be there soon, and they just never came. I'm like, I can't pick it up. I'm trying.
Ren,
Yep.
Ren, can you explain your look at the end of the first day with the Rockstar sunglasses and the hoodie?
Oh.
I'm showing it right now on stream. You and Joe.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, the Rockstar look.
Yeah.
Well, I was just so frazzled. I just wanted to hide from reality. So,
Gotcha.
you know, hoodie on, sunglasses on, and also, you know, the paparazzi were outside, man. You know, like
Yeah.
was
Dude, did we
super
talk about
famous,
Bush
you know?
Boy?
We got sunglasses.
talk about Bush
Sunglasses on at night. Sunglasses at night. You know.
You know,
Double
like,
cool.
like you do, like you do.
I'm not joking. There
I love
was
it, I
somebody
love
out in the bush hiding.
Where is this picture, Cub? And why
it's-
why do you have it?
It's on the stream. Check it out. Check it out right now. Yeah.
Oh, it's on your stream. Oh,
Yep.
Cub.
Yep.
You're doing me dirty, dude. I see how it is. I see how it is.
We got a couple of pictures from stream. There's some great ones.
Okay, hold on.
There's-
I gotta get this up on my stream one second.
Oh yeah. I'll keep it up. I'll keep it up.
There it is. Me and Joe.
You and Joe.
Sunglasses at night, chilling.
Sunglasses at night. Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Good
Swag.
times.
There's some swag going on there,
Man,
man.
seeing this picture like makes me sad. I just want to go straight back to
Right?
that again.
There's some great other ones here. There's a couple of you and False and Pearl and Karn. Permit guys. Tango and Pearl. It's a good photo of them.
Yep.
and
Speaking of
Pearl.
cool, I really enjoyed meeting Khan. He's such a cool guy. Man, that guy makes me laugh. He is hilarious.
Yeah.
I barely got to talk to him.
Yeah, I mean the 2 days at the events car like was just I don't know about you, but to me they're a blur.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And like it was nonstop. Like in the background trying to like
It was great.
keep everything flowing was a lot. Oh man, I'm still recovering. But it was good. It was a lot. So I feel like I barely even got to talk to anybody in some cases. So
Scar, you did such a great job. I got a story about Scar, guys. Day one, right? We're about 2 minutes from the broadcast going live. So all the cameras are on. The production crew is like, everybody ready? There's no going back now. Like we're literally a minute away. And Scar just looks up at all of us, looking at him, and Scar's like, guys, I'm freaking out. I don't know if I can do this. I think it had suddenly dawned on you that, you know, like it was showtime and
it was day one, right?
it was day one, and there was like a
Yeah.
mild air of panic that went came to Scar's eyes. But the moment that the production guys went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Scar, dude, you just became this incredible like lead presenter, like you've been doing it for years, bro. Like you just nailed it immediately.
That happened at the
Came to
TwitchCon
life,
last
yeah.
year too. I got nervous. Well, I've been fighting, like my brain is. I was like fighting my brain, and I was like, I'm gonna mix up my words and say something stupid, and that was like in my head for like an hour before the start of that stream, because it's like that event, like it was a miracle I was there. I didn't know if I was gonna be there that Wednesday, like, and things just worked out, and I was there, but like my brain was still kind of elsewhere, and
Yeah.
I was still getting used to these new medicines that I was taking, and it was, yeah, that's why I was nervous. I'm like, I'm gonna fumble this,
And
I'm
there
gonna look
was
like a fool.
you also had to set up your whole streaming setup like the hour before or so, because there was that whole
that's
area wasn't
right.
quite ready yet. So there was that
Yeah,
too.
that was a whole yes, and
Yep.
some of that wasn't even set up when we got there that morning, and that's and so that, and then like, you know, Sean from Mojang's there, you know, big fancy executive, and
Yep.
Zach from Gamers Outreach. I didn't want to goof anything up. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then suddenly click, dude. You're super professional, perfect presenter, captured the audience. You know what amazed me most, Scar? Like you didn't and this is something that I do terribly. You don't ramble. Like you know exactly what sentences to say. There's no fluff. It's just I don't know how you do it, man. You were so good. You were really, really good, dude.
I
It was
appreciate
amazing.
that. Yeah, I was
Yeah, it was great.
nervous, so yeah, I appreciate that.
Cub,
And
you
it
had
was,
a sorry, go on, Scar.
oh, I just said it was easy too, because I was able to kick it to people. Like, you know, I kicked it to some of the people who went to see the carts, to Sean, to Zach. So that took a lot of stress off. Like that I was able to like kick it to people. You know, Joe introduced his guitar, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that helped.
Yeah, that
with
helped
the
a bit
intro.
too.
Yeah.
For sure. Cub, you had a bit of a rough time getting in, right?
Getting into
Like your flights and stuff all got a little bit crazy, right? What happened?
yeah. So
I was
Chet,
a world traveler after that.
Chet, my first flight was actually canceled due to the plane not being able to communicate with the tower. So I had to fly a much more southerly route from from Chicago to Seattle than I otherwise would have. So that was kind of a wild time. Yeah.
Yeah, Cub arrived last at the hotel, and we were all like really worried because we were all there waiting in the lobby. It was getting kind of late, and we were like, "Oh, we need to sleep, right? So we can get going tomorrow." But we're not going to bed until everyone is here. We will wait until the last person. And I think you were last, Cub. And
Yeah,
Cub came in like super frazzled.
I came in like 3 hours later than I was supposed to initially because the plane just couldn't fly, so they had to put me on a new plane to go into a new city, and then I had a connection. It wasn't a non-stop flight. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And the
And
thing
by
is,
the way, Cub.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I just wanted to say, like, my first flight out, I made it, and the guy was like literally typing frantically, like, you know, like super typing to book me on this new flight because the plane was on the tarmac ready to leave. Like they were getting ready to pull back the what do you call it? I don't know what it's called. The hallway thing.
The plane?
No, not the plane.
Yeah. The ramp or whatever.
The ramp. Yeah, everybody else had already like basically gotten on, and I was like the last one on.
That's so crazy.
So yeah.
And I hadn't seen Cub since Boston when we did
Jetbridge,
Minecon together like a long time ago.
Yeah, 2018.
And Chad, I got to say, I mean, Cub, I don't want to, I don't want to make you blush or anything, but damn, dude, looking good. My goodness. Cub's been doing the working out, looking amazing.
That's right.
First,
that's right.
Like I gave Cub a hug and I was like, yo, this man's swole, dude.
Yeah, dude, you too. You're looking good. You're looking good. Looking fit.
Cub could pick up a dining room table, I'll tell you what.
The other thing I noticed about Cub, he had the smallest suitcase out of all of us. Guys, Cub literally redstone sorted his suitcase.
This is true. This is true.
He somehow got like 3 suitcases into one little suitcase. I was like, Cub, what the heck?
Yep. Fit all the clothes, fit in the brought some of the auction items, some of the cards and some of the plushies. All that had to fit in the suitcase, and I had to like roll everything up, vacuum pack it, pretty much.
Dude, insane. Yep. I was like, man, that is Cub for you. Redstone IRL also.
Yep. Had to get everything in there because I didn't want to take one of the big suitcases. You guys had some big suitcases because you guys were packing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You actually had to get a second one, didn't you?
Loads. Yeah, I had to actually get another suitcase because a lot of the Brits were like buying stuff at the mall.
Ren, can we talk about the breadsticks?
The breadsticks.
I told Chet.
Let's talk about the breadsticks.
I told Chet. Everybody who came over from the UK had Olive Garden breadsticks, and they loved them. They loved them.
Dude, those breadsticks. I mean, those were insane breadsticks. Kirsty was like, "These are the best breadsticks that I've ever eaten in my life."
Yeah. Took two bags of them back to the house.
Yeah, that is true. Like the waitress came over and was like, "Do you want to take anything back?" Because there was some leftover pasta and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, "No, just the breadsticks." So he took a whole bunch of breadsticks back.
Yeah.
Back to the house. That was fun.
That's
But yeah,
great.
the house like actually went way smoother than I anticipated. I thought that with so many people, we were going to have trouble with food.
Yeah.
But actually, I mean, the Arizona dads like took control of the shopping and all of that.
Yeah.
And we made like we were proper adults, and we all like made a list while we were on the bus of all the things that we needed. We made like an itinerary of all the meals we were going to eat. And then a few of them went shopping at the mall and got everything that we needed. And then every day we just like made breakfast, we made lunches.
Yeah.
I think one night we ordered in some pizza on the first night because we were super tired.
And Ren,
But like there was always food, always snacks, right? Like always, at any time, if you wanted something. We even had s'mores, which was epic.
The s'mores were great. I gotta say, Ren, you were an excellent cook, making breakfast a couple days.
Oh yeah. I made the breakfast,
Chef Ren,
the scrambled eggs,
Yeah,
and the bacon.
great.
For the hermits, got to
Great.
keep them fed, you know.
Yeah, it was really
And
great.
one of my favorite stories from the weekend too, Cub,
Mhm.
was the secret Uno club.
Ah, yes. Secret Uno Club. Yep.
The secret Uno club. So this is how it went down, everyone. So on night 2, we were all chilling. The sun was going down. You know, some people were doing this, some people were doing that. And I had bought like a pack of Uno at the airport because I love Uno and I wanted to play with everyone. And I started like going around and just secretly testing the waters of who might be interested in playing Uno.
Mm-hmm.
Like half the group was like, Uno? Hell no. I'm playing Uno. But then I came up to Cub and like Cub was watching Skiz trying to throw a ping pong ball from the balcony into a cup.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yep.
Cub, Uno? And Cub was like, definitely. And I was like, yes,
I'm in.
the secret Uno club has begun.
Mm-hmm.
And so over the course of the next few minutes, I gathered like a few more people. I think the first night of Secret Uno Club was you, me, Kirsty, Zed, Dot, and Khan, I think. And
Yep.
yeah, that was Secret Uno Club. And we went to like another part of the house away from everybody. Like we all snuck out at different times also.
We did,
Right.
yeah. It was real subtle on the second floor. Yeah.
We like each snuck out at different times to not alert anybody of what we were doing, and we all gathered at the top on the second floor.
Yeah.
And then we made the rules of Uno Club. The first rule of Uno Club is that you do not speak of Uno Club. The second rule of Uno Club is you may play a +2 and a +2, but you may not play a +2 and a +4. That's the second rule of Uno Club. Very important rule.
Yeah.
And on the first night, we had the most epic game of Uno. It lasted like 50 minutes.
Oh my
It was
God.
the most insane. It was like a drama, Scar. Back and forth, there was a story arc going on, bro.
It
Oh
was
my
a
God,
soap-
I'm
it
back
was a
just for the
soap opera.
drama. I'm excited.
It
was a
was
soap
Star
opera,
Wars
man.
episode played out in
crazy.
Uno. It was epic.
Oh,
Then, on the last night, Secret Uno Club came back together again, and we went to our secret location to play another game of Uno. And Tango came up because Tango's bedroom was right next to Uno Club's like headquarters.
Yep.
And he saw us, and he sort of, you could see it in his eyes. He wanted to play.
He did.
Tango doesn't like Uno, but it looked like he wanted to play some Uno. And then some other hermits came up too, and some other people, and then suddenly, basically the whole house was in a Uno club. And we had a massive, epic game of Uno with pretty much everybody, and it was epic. It was so awesome.
It was great. It was a great time.
Can't remember who won, but fun was had all around.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was an awesome time. It was a pretty good
you have to
games
slay
too.
for that
A
hamburger.
lot of Uno's had, and then you had to work together to not have that person win.
Oh yeah, yeah. If someone was on Uno, the whole group would just be like, "Get them off Uno."
Yep. And then, Ren, did you play the space game? We played like a
Did you
little
see what it
space
was,
game.
B-dubs?
Oh, I did play Space Game. Space Game was so good. Hey, B-double-O, what's up, dude?
B-dubs.
Hi, hello.
What's up, dude? What's up?
Hi.
What's poppin', baby? What's poppin'?